With us now is national political reporter for Politico, Eli Stokols. He joins us from the Politico newsroom in Arlington, Virginia. Eli, good to see you. So this isn't the first time that Donald Trump has equated President Obama and Hillary Clinton with the rise of ISIS. What chord is he trying to strike with voters by using this kind of language?
I mean, it's the same chord he's been trying to strike throughout his entire campaign when he called Hillary Clinton the devil last week. I mean, this is just sort of par for the course with Donald Trump, the hyperbole, the embellishment, the falsehoods presented as the truth. And, you know, it resonates with a lot of his supporters. They like people who talk this way. They like Trump's vernacular. It's just this is, again, another thing that speaks to his limitation. He's appealing to his base of supporters, the same people who got him through the primary. He's not broadening his message out. He's not sounding any more presidential than he did the day before. And this is one of the big reasons why he just cannot grow his support and why he's sinking in the polls.
Eli, there's a story out today in Time magazine that reports that the Republican National Committee actually threatened to pull resources from Trump if he didn't turn his campaign around. There's been a slump in the polls, spats with party leaders. Do you think Donald Trump has reason to worry?
I don't know that he's really capable of worry. I mean, he said this morning that, if he doesn't win, he'll just go take a vacation, which is really one of the first times he's openly contemplated defeat without saying that if he loses, the election is rigged. We've reported, I don't know how many stories about the RNC and Chairman Reince Priebus having to sort of call Donald Trump and scold him, to put him in timeout and to explain to him, like a child, that when you say things like this, you have an impact not just on your campaign, but on all the Republicans on the ticket. That, I understand, was really the nature of the conversations that Priebus and Trump had after some of the controversies of recent days. I don't know. It's being disputed by the RNC and the Trump campaign whether or not there were actually discussions of taking resources away from Trump's campaign and moving them down to Senate and House candidates. Although certainly, if the trend lines continue at this point, that is where a lot of the Republican money is going to have to go, because the race is looking pretty set in and Trump's not really doing anything right now to change the trajectory.
Although we have seen, Eli, that he's become, at least in the speech that he delivered this morning, a little bit more subdued. He was reading off of notes as he spoke to that Builders Association, and it almost seemed at one point as if he was reading these notes and sort of learning the information that was in the notes as he was reading them to the audience. But it did strike a lot of the notes that most Republicans want to hear from a candidate like Trump.
Yeah, I mean, one thing on his tone, I noticed that too. Yesterday, he was very subdued at his first rally, and then his evening rally, he was back to sort of ranting and raving and really revving up the crowd. And maybe Trump sort of takes his cues from the crowd. When he has a bigger crowd, he's more excitable. Sometimes he does come out there with the note cards, pulling the Ross Perot thing with the graphs and the charts out and trying to put some data out. But it is interesting to see, when he's trying to sort of stay on message, as a lot of people in his campaign, the RNC, want him to do. He is reading not just data points, but talking points, things about Hillary Clinton being bad for the economy that any other more conventional politician would have already committed to memory. And Donald Trump, to stay on message, stay on task, has to sort of read the talking points, the basic talking points about his opponent at this point. That's definitely an accurate observation.